Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Daily FX Market News.
March 1st. 410 America New York. AUD, USD approaches key resistance. EUR, CHF hovering at 6-year lows. Relative calm across FX as markets digest Russian sanctions. AUD, USD approaches 200 DMA.
BBC News Business.
March 1st. 409 America New York, Ukraine conflict. Jaguar Land Rover pauses car sales to Russia. The move comes as major companies cut links with Russia after its invasion of Ukraine.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
March 1st. 343 America New York, stock futures edge up as Western sanctions isolate Russia. U.S. stock futures edged up as the Ukraine crisis deepened and the West's far-reaching sanctions largely cut Russia's economy off from the rest of the world.
New York Times Business.
March 1st. 3 o'clock America New York, how sanctions on Russia are affecting the global economy. The price of energy has already shot higher, and the conflict imperils supply chains, factors that could exacerbate inflation and suppress growth, a Moscow supermarket on Monday.
Marginal Revolution.
March 1st. 132 America New York, announcing the Future Fund. We're thrilled to announce the FTX Future Fund, a philanthropic fund making grants and investments to ambitious projects in order to improve humanity's long-term prospects.
Armstrong Economics. March 1st. 005 America New York, the People's Convoy. As the world looks to the tyranny occurring in Europe, a group of protesters has formed to amass the People's Convoy, inspired by the Freedom Convoy in Canada. Armstrong Economics.
March 1st. 003 America New York, Russia's central bank aims to prevent bank runs. Image of Americans lining up to withdraw cash during the Great Depression. The Central Bank of the Russian Federation is speaking carefully and confidently to prevent an official bank run.
Global economy.
March 1st. 000 America New York, risks to global supply chains rising as climate change worsens, IPCC warns. Extreme weather to drive up prices for essential goods as world warms beyond 1.5 C since pre-industrial era.
Global economy.
March 1st. 000 America New York, labor shortages and inflation, why UK labor relations are hotting up. With wages failing to rise as fast as inflation, workers from universities to the London Underground are going on strike.
BBC News Business.
February 28, 2343 America New York, Ukraine conflict. Disney, Warner, Sony halt release of films in Russia. The moves come as major corporations cut business links with Russia after its invasion of Ukraine.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
February 28, 2329 America New York, Toshiba replaces CEO again but sticks with two-way split plan. Toshiba's chief executive stepped down Tuesday, but the company said it would stick with its plan to split into two parts, which some foreign shareholders oppose.
Daily FX Market News.
February 28, 2230 America New York. Australian dollar holds ground despite RBA inaction. Will AUD, USD rally? The Australian dollar maintained overnight gains after the RBA left the cash rate target at 0.10% and made no mention of disposing of assets. Where to for AUD, USD? New York Times Business.
February 28, 2159 America New York, Disney and Warner Brothers will pause movie releases in Russia. Affected films include The Batman, from Warner, and Turning Red, from Disney Pixar, Zoe Kravitz and Robert Pattinson in The Batman.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. February 28, 1923 America New York, Zoom's sales growth slows as retreat from pandemic high continues. At 21% for the quarter, the year-over-year sales gain is the company's slowest on record.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
February 28, 1905 America New York, not so swift. Don't just sit there. Undo something I've been trying to think about what the days after Putin's invasion of Ukraine remind me of. And I have. They remind me of the days after 9/11.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
February 28, 1408 America New York, confusion about overheating. A recent article in the NYT criticizes Larry Summers, who correctly predicted that economic policy in 2021 was too expansionary. This caught my eye.
Marginal Revolution.
February 28, 1202 America, New York. Monday. Assorted links. 1. Good thread on how Russia has been thinking about this conflict. Very good thread, said one friend. 2. In this paper, we show that the election of a new school board member causes home values in their neighborhood to rise.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
February 28, 1139 America, New York. Citigroup has nearly $10 billion in Russian exposure. The sanctions imposed on Russia also complicate Citigroup's attempt to sell its consumer bank in the country.